category of people who really, really need eggs is pregnant women.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So during pregnancy, it's very highly recommended that at least 2 whole eggs a woman, if she's vegetarian, must eat.
Okay, so one of the most interesting debates pertaining to eggs is that is egg veg essentially or non-veg? Okay, welcome to the first episode of the Health Hustle, where we make your nutritional worries hassle-free. And today I have two experts with me. We have nutritionist Suman Agarwal, who's been in the game for 24 years. And we have a clinical nutritionist and diabetologist, her daughter, her very own daughter, Dr. Juhi Agarwal, who's joining us. So cool to be doing this with you all.
Thank you, Bhaarat. And we are also really excited about this, especially this tagline, Health Hustle, because all of us are really hustling.
Absolutely.
And we're excited to do this together.
So am I. So am I. You know, this episode is called the Eggs Factor, pun intended. And we're going to be talking about eggs. There's a lot of myths in the market pertaining to how one should go about consuming their eggs. Well, about 30 to 40% people start their day by eating eggs. Do you think that's the right way to start? And what is the right amount of eggs one should have during the start of the day?
So we both start our day with eggs every day.
Yeah.
Because it has first-class protein, really good quality protein.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a myth that cholesterol in your body or cholesterol from eggs is going to increase cholesterol in your body.
Yeah.
Because your body is able to modulate the amount of cholesterol that it has. If there's an excess, your liver excretes the cholesterol. If there is less, your liver produces more.
Correct.
So I don't think that eggs are going to increase your cholesterol levels. There's only a small population of people who have high cholesterol that it can affect.
Yeah, we start our days with eggs, and anyone who's an vegetarian or non-vegetarian, that's the first recommendation as breakfast choice.
Okay, well, now we've spoken about, what are the right amount of eggs to eat during the start of the day. Let's talk about how many eggs are permissible or ideally suggested for someone who's consuming eggs on a day-to-day basis. Like, how many eggs should one be having on a day-to-day basis?
So the recommendation goes as per the ideal body weight.
Mm-hmm.
Someone whose ideal body weight may be 75 or 80, they need to have minimum, say, either 2 whole eggs, depending on their cholesterol level, or maybe 1.5 eggs, where we say, okay, reduce your yolk by 1, have 1 whole egg and 1 white. And for women whose ideal body weight is between 50 to 60, they can have again 1 whole egg or 2 egg whites, depending again on the cholesterol level. So why we recommend lesser yolk in India, specifically because all of us are living in a very warm country or hot country, and where we don't need insulation. Like for anyone from America in winter season or from, say, Europe, we would say that please have 2 whole eggs, because they need that fat for insulation. And of course, the physical activity is much higher for people living abroad. So
Absolutely. How about you? What do you think?
I agree with Mom, and I think it also depends upon how much protein you're eating throughout the day. So if you are not eating a lot of protein the rest of the day and you want to load up on it at breakfast, then you can increase your egg quantity. So you want to do 3 egg whites with 1 yolk, 4 egg whites with 2 yolks. That depends on you. But I would say that 2 whole eggs or 3 egg whites with 1 yolk should be the maximum, at least when you start off.
And also acidic, right?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
And also one more category of people who really, really need eggs is pregnant women.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So during pregnancy, it's very highly recommended that at least 2 whole eggs a woman, if she's vegetarian, must eat.
Okay, and what's the reason? What's the science behind that? Why is that so?
So the choline present in the egg yolks.
Right.
So for women, pregnant women, two of the most important nutrients that we ensure they're getting from their food is choline and cholesterol.
Okay.
Both of these are very important for the baby's brain development.
Right.
Especially going on from the first trimester itself, first and second. And the eggs contain, like the egg yolks contain both cholesterol and choline, which is very good for the
selenium.
And selenium. And a lot of multivitamins, but these are the 2 main ingredients.
Okay, so it's really interesting you said that, because that brings me to the next question I have for you all. We are right in the middle of summers now. The summers have commenced, and there's a constant debate whether eggs should be consumed during the summers and they are more preferable during the rainy season and winters. What is the whole brouhaha about it?
I think the point that Mom mentioned about the insulation for sure. And secondly, I would say that some research has shown that the chicken that lay the eggs during summer are actually under a lot of distress because of the high heat, and therefore the egg quality is a little lesser than the eggs that we get during the winter. However, it's negligible.
Right.
So in terms of quality, you can consume it both times. But if you don't want to eat too much fat in the summer when it's really hot, you can reduce your egg yolk consumption and make it more egg whites.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I would say the same.
Okay.
So the eggs during summer, which is produced by the chicken, has specific gravity is less, and the eggshell albumin quality is also lower, and even the shell is little thinner.
Okay, so my follow-up question for the both of you, since we are Indians essentially, during the Shravan season, which is of course during the rainy season, it's said that we should not be having eggs. Does that argument hold any truth to it? What do you guys think?
So during fasting season or during rainy season, there are a lot of contamination and bad quality vegetables and more insects and etc. So if you are religious and you want to have alternative options of eggs, maybe yogurt or maybe first class protein, of course.
Right.
So maybe yogurt or paneer or milk, it's great to go. Otherwise, I don't find any reason for you not to have eggs during rainy season.
Well, now that's out of the way, that what is the right season to have eggs, my next question to you all is, what's the best way to consume eggs without destroying the innate nutrients that the eggs possess? What would that be?
So I think cooking, first of all, making sure you're cooking the egg entirely.
Right.
Using olive oil will add some monounsaturated fatty acids and polyunsaturated fatty acids, which are good fats.
Right.
Adding maybe vegetables will add additional fiber and make you feel fuller.
Right.
And making sure you're adding some sort of carbohydrates, whether it's like rotis or bread, to this meal would make it complete and help with better digestion of this entire meal.
And make it less acidic, because eggs in itself is acidic. So adding carbs and vegetables to it sort of makes you a complete meal as well as better digestibility.
Yeah.
And also, if someone has wanting to lose weight, okay, so they can go for a poached egg, boiled egg, whole.
Lesser calories.
Lesser calorie. And if you want to reduce cholesterol, then you can have maybe one whole egg and one yolk, and maybe use not butter to cook your eggs, to cook your eggs, and use olive oil or a vegetable oil, not butter. And that's the only way, and adding vegetables.
Okay, so one of the most interesting debates pertaining to eggs is that, is egg veg essentially or non-veg? Because a lot of people say that we are vegetarians but we eat eggs, and a lot of people say that we don't eat anything which is coming from any other animal. What do you guys think about this debate?
In India, it's non-veg.
Yeah.
That's okay. You
So
get the red sticker on it. Yes.
Only India we call it vegetarian. Nowhere else in the world there is a term called vegetarian.
Okay, so what is the term that we use then out there?
So West is it's your non-vegetarian. That means you're eating red meat and chicken, and if you're vegetarian, you eat eggs and fish.
Oh.
Yeah.
Veg-
So if
yeah.
you go abroad and you ask them, okay, can I have a vegetarian meal? It can have egg.
Right.
Yeah, and
Right.
fish.
Okay.
And India, anything besides milk and vegetables is, everything is besides all vegetarian option.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's,
But this debate comes from the fact that the eggs that we eat are basically the non-fertilized eggs that we get from the chicken.
Right.
Okay, as compared to the ones that are fertilized, which actually become chicks and then go on to become chickens.
that's the main thing.
So that is the main debate. But in India, it is not vegetarian.
Okay, so now that we've spoken about eggs, a lot of people don't consume eggs and they want the same nutritional value from their foods. For the vegetarians and vegans watching this or hearing this, what would be the best alternatives that you all will suggest?
I'll take it. So vegetarians' option for high biological value protein would be maybe paneer, yogurt, milk.
Yeah.
Yeah. And for vegan, though we don't prefer veganism because they are ultimately missing a very essential component in their diet, being vegan, is cholesterol.
Right.
Because not a single vegetarian food has cholesterol, and cholesterol for, of course, pregnant women and lactating women is extremely important for
general population.
and general.
Right.
So for their brain development, and the children.
Yeah.
Okay, and also for adults, cholesterol is important because absence of cholesterol can hamper the absorption of vitamin A, D, E, K, which is essential for your body. these vitamins, hormone production, and many things. So veganism can actually hamper you in that sense.
If you don't balance your, if you don't ensure that you're getting these nutrients from maybe supplements, etc.
Yeah. But how will they get supplement of cholesterol? There's no supplement of cholesterol.
No supplement of cholesterol. Okay. That's
So
something that I learned
veganism,
today.
So veganism, they suffer. But yeah, for vegan, the choice would be maybe tofu, tempeh. Has almost the same
Nutritional value.
Except the
Or even soya chunks maybe?
soya chunks.
Soya chunks as
So
well,
except the cholesterol. They still miss the cholesterol.
Absolutely. You know, there's a really interesting debate pertaining to people replacing avocados with eggs. They're like, we'll have a guac on toast or avocado on toast in the morning to sort of substitute it with eggs, poached eggs with bread, per se. Do you guys think that avocados can replace eggs in terms of nutritional value? What do you think about that?
Not at all.
Not at all?
Not at all, because they're two completely different food groups. Avocados are high in fat, good fats, of course, but still high in fats, high in fiber, and very low in protein. Like if you look at even half an avocado, it's very high in calories. It's it has about just
125.
Half of an avocado. Just about 1 to 2 grams of protein, as compared to one whole egg, which will give you, it's about 60 to 80 calories and 6 grams of protein. So you're not really, you're not comparing like...
Trade-off is unequal.
It's unequal. So what we suggest is, if you want to have an avocado toast, have lesser of the avocado on toast and add an egg to it.
Okay.
Or have like an omelette or scrambled eggs along with it. But don't replace your eggs with avocado.
So I'll give you one egg comes for just 5 to 6 rupees. And when avocado comes for literally, depending on your bargaining power.
Yes. That's what I was saying.
250
to 300 depending on your bargaining power. Yes.
So that's the monetary difference.
Yes.
And you're trading off one egg is 6 grams of protein and you're getting one whole avocado. If you half an avocado, you're just getting 1 or 2 grams of protein. Plus caloric value in eggs is 60 and avocado would be say 125.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
That's a lot. That's almost double. Yeah.
And the fats in avocado in that much would be maybe 10 to 12 grams.
Right.
And egg would have 6 grams.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Right.
Of course, the good part is fiber and the good quality fat.
Correct.
But you're missing the point completely because you're not balancing your meal. And breakfast, when we have, it is breaking the fast of last 12 hours.
Correct.
Yeah, and it has to have a balance of protein, fat, carbs, and fiber.
Right. So all in all, if you want to have avocados as a breakfast option, you should be coupling it with a protein source, which could ideally be eggs, and lesser of the avocado source.
And if you're vegetarian, you can have egg, avocado on toast, but make sure you have a protein on side.
Right.
Like maybe milk or yogurt or paneer or
Greek
tofu.
yogurt.
Greek yogurt. Anything,
Absolutely. Okay, so interestingly, we should not be putting all the eggs in one basket because there are different types of eggs. We have organic, free range, and omega-3 enriched eggs. Omega-3 is something which is essentially a part of the whole nutritional value of eggs. Are they the same? Which eggs are better to consume? What would you all like to say?
The difference between the conventional eggs and the free range eggs or organic eggs is that the eggs come from chicken that are pasture fed, or they are fed with lesser processed feed.
Right.
So therefore the quality of the nutrients you're getting in the egg from these chicken are going to be of, like, let's say the omega-3 quantity is going to be more, which includes the DHA. Your vitamin quantities are going to be a little higher.
Right.
And so that's why they could be better to consume on a regular basis. But again, we need to look at convenience and the cost factor.
what you're trading off.
Yeah, what you're trading off, basically.
What do you think about it?
I think exactly the same.
Okay.
Yeah, but if I would go to a grocery store and find organics maybe like say 20 rupees an egg and the normal egg maybe 5 to 6 rupees, I may just go for the normal eggs.
Interesting.
It's a trade-off.
It's trade-off, yeah.
So, you know, we've spoken at length on what are the nutritional values of eggs, how should you be having your eggs, what should you be coupling it with. But some people just can't quite literally digest eggs. They can't, they're not compatible to the nutrients in eggs. Who are those kind of people and what should they supplement it with?
So those who are allergic to eggs, possibly.
Yeah.
Because albumin, the protein found in eggs, some people can be allergic to them. People who are, like, it goes against their religious beliefs.
Yeah.
So for them, I think first-class protein coming from milk, yogurt, Greek yogurt, paneer would be the ideal option.
Or
So
salmon. because they're
yeah,
non-vegetarian.
But
fish.
just to make it a bit simpler for our viewer, you mean by
Examples.
first class protein, you mean animal protein, right? Any
Yeah.
protein that is derived from animals
Milk-based.
could
Yeah,
be
and-
your,
So
absolutely.
I will distinguish what is animal-based protein and what is veg protein. So
Absolutely.
plant-based protein, all plant-based protein, first of all, don't have cholesterol,
Correct.
and the biological availability is much lesser
Right.
as compared to the first-class protein,
Right.
which all comes from animal, like whether it is milk or egg or chicken, fish, everything.
Right.
So that is why this is the plant or animal. Vegetarians do have a first-class protein option, which is milk, curd, cheese, paneer, etc.
Right. And also, a lot of people talk about this, the amino acid profile. Like they say that a lot of different amino acids constitute
missing.
to a protein, right? Are you trying to suggest that like the first class protein, have a proper amino acid
Yeah.
profile as compared to the plant-based protein?
Yeah,
They
so-
have a complete amino acid profile. They're not missing any amino acids versus
Yeah.
plant-based sources have some amino acids that are missing. Like dal is
missing in one or two.
Right.
But if they are combined, like how Indian diets are combined, idli, sambar, chole paratha,
Right.
and dal dhokli. So they all are a combination of pulses and carbs.
Right.
When they combine together like that, that's how they make a better protein.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Perfect. Now let's move forward to our last question for the eggs factor today. Okay, so you just mentioned that how we can complete a plant-based proteins profile. Now to sort of take it to the next level for people consuming eggs, what are the best combinations that one can couple their protein consumption of eggs with to have a more dense nutrition that is more wholesome and holistic? What would that be?
Eggs, of course, naturally lack fiber.
Right.
So adding vegetables like broccoli, spinach, onion, tomatoes,
making
like
shakshukas.
shakshuka.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, you see those recipes all over Instagram at this
Yeah.
point of time. Yeah.
Yeah, her favorite, my favorite too.
Is it?
So yeah, an Indian way of making eggs, which is akuri, which has vegetable and masala.
Right.
Then masala eggs, like it's one of the best foods in the world, like Indian masala omelette.
Right.
So by adding vegetables to your eggs and having a carb on the side, it can be toast, it can be chapati, it can be thepla. Like we make a thepla roll with the eggs. It's
a
like
baida
I need to have
baida
that.
roll.
Please get one
Which
for me
is-
during the next episode.
Or you can have like potatoes with eggs. So just adding some carbs and eggs together is a fantastic way to start your day.
And also you
And
can,
add some fat. Sorry.
yeah, sometimes you can have it for a major meal. You can have egg curry with rice. You can have an egg fried
Oh yeah.
rice.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so many different ways to incorporate eggs to your daily diet other than breakfast.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, sometimes I do that. I go veg in the morning, I have paneer toasty, and then my dinner is like rice and egg curry.
Oh, lovely. What a wonderful way to end the day and this episode. Thank you so much for that. And that brings us to the end of the first episode of The Health Hustle. We're going to be bringing wonderful episodes with these two wonderful people. Thank you so much for your time. And the next episode is, of course, going to be on caffeine consumption. That's something that a lot of people are constantly talking about. It's going to be called Been There, Done That. Thank you so much.
If you have any questions, you can leave them in the comments below and we'll answer them.
So definitely like, share, subscribe, and comment on Radio 1 International.
94.3 Radio 1.